I'm Wayne Hudson coming to you today from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. And I have with me a great friend of mine and a friend of the Home of Grace Ministry, Mr. Mark Mohler. Mark, so good to see you
today.
To see you,
good to
have this interview with you. I want to talk to you about some things that have other people have asked me about as far as Lemon Mohler is concerned and their involvement with the Home of Grace. You and Scott have been great supporters of our ministry for a long time. About how long have you been involved, if you can recall?
You put me on the spot.
Test question here.
Yeah. It's been quite a few, 5 or 6 years at least that we've really been active, and probably to a lesser degree even longer than that. So.
Yeah, prior to that, there was some minimal involvement. But listen, you guys have just been such wonderful friends to our ministry, not just in supporting in finances and other things, but with our activities and our events. And on behalf of the Home of Grace today, I wanted to come and personally thank you for that, and Scott as well, because to have someone as dedicated and committed as you and your company are to our ministry means more than we could ever express. And so I thank you for that.
Well, you're certainly welcome. For me, it's a privilege just to be able to do it. So I thank you for the opportunity just to kind of get shoulder to shoulder and serve. So
I've been wanting to come to the company that the two of you own here together, and we've taken some videos and some pictures of the surroundings, and we're going to share that with our audience as well, just to show them that you're not operating in a tent here, just passing through. Been here quite a while. How long has the business been here?
Well, Scott's grandfather actually started in this building in 1947. So,
and I was born in 1946. I remember that well.
Okay, so been around for a while.
Yeah,
certainly.
And it over the years, it's kind of evolved, hasn't it?
Oh yes, it's been. Back in those days, it was they started out insurance and real estate, kind of operated hand in hand in the same business or same office, and that's how his grandfather started out, really, and even his father Brad really continued that tradition till I guess into the late 80s there. So.
Tell me also, if you don't mind, share with me a little bit about what it is about the Home of Grace that caught your interest and caused you to become so involved in what we do out there.
Well, Wayne, like most families nowadays, I certainly have had personal experience with the ravages of drug and alcohol addiction. So it began for me very much as a personal journey. And that led me to, my initial contact and really getting to know the Home of Grace and what it does. But on a personal level, I guess my growth as a Christian, hopefully, about those same number of years that I've been involved with the Home of Grace, I became acutely aware of my responsibility as a Christian to share the gospel and to make disciples. And for me, the Home of Grace is a ministry that excels at doing just that. I like to say that if as Christians we are called to emulate Jesus Christ, then reaching out to people at a point of a physical need and then addressing a spiritual need, a much greater need, is a picture of what Jesus did in his years on this earth, and the Home of Grace is a picture of that.
Absolutely. And that kind of, that's a thumbnail, really, of what we do at the Home of Grace. And if we ever get away from that, then I'm convinced that our ministry will fall apart. God's just not going to bless that. So we're going to remain true to that. And that's again my promise to you.
Oh, good.
That we will do that. We've of course already made that promise to the Lord.
That's right.
And that's the most important one. But if you had to share with someone back home there about how that maybe they can get involved at some level and why they should get involved in some level over and beyond what you just shared, what would you say?
Well, I guess an easy why that is that I think the cost to each individual or the cost to our society of drug and alcohol addiction is enormous, and so people pay insurance premiums. We're sitting here in an insurance office, and I don't know that we realize how much of the premiums we pay are really directly attributable to drug and alcohol abuse. Much of the crime that goes on in our country nowadays is reflected. We as society pay for that through insurance as a big mechanism. So that so really from a purely selfish point of view, that cost it cost us all. So that should be plenty of motivation to address the need in and of itself. So,
but beyond that, when you take it to the next level,
I think for me, it has become such a personal thing, because having had the opportunity to spend the time out there with the guys doing devotions with them, and getting to know them personally and learning their stories and their experiences, it becomes very real what the struggle is from a personal point of view. So for me, it's tremendously satisfying to be a part of that recovery, to be able to encourage those guys, and so it's a tremendous privilege for me. I mean, whenever I go out there to the Home of Grace, that is, it's a privilege. I come away feeling like I was the one that got blessed.
That's exactly the way it works for me. I stand out there sometimes and I look around at the campus and see those men walking around everywhere, and I say, and I get to do this?
Right.
God has made it possible for me to do that for many, many years, and I wouldn't take anything for it. And again, we are so thankful for supporters like Lemon Mohler, and for you and your family, as a matter of fact, and also for Scott and his family, and one other thing I can't leave out, your wonderful employees.
Well, that's another incredible blessing, and we do have some tremendous employees and great hearts and great spirits, and the amount of time that they have also, well, first of all, their efforts really support my ability to do what it's because of them that I can do what I do.
Sure.
But even they have always embraced the ministry is very enthusiastically. They participate, as you know, with the hog ride and the Christmas party that we do, and the golf tournament and any other activities that come about. So, yes, they're a tremendous blessing and a great part of what Lemon Mohler is able to do.
Mark, I love you in the Lord. You're a great friend, and I've known you a long time, known your family a long time, and I wouldn't take anything for our relationship.
Well, thank you.
God bless you.
Thank you very much.
And folks back home, thank you so much for being a part of this special edition of A Cup of Grace today. And we'll look forward to seeing you on our next episode. God bless you.